What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Anthony.
I'm Ryan.
Today we are back. We got the NFC North or AFC North off-season breakdown / schedule preview / team overview type of deal. Don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would mean a lot to us. Click that subscribe button. It goes a long way and helps us out a lot, and it's completely free. So hit that subscribe button. As always, check out our sponsor, my family's business, Little Italy Pizza Shop. If I'm in there and you show proof you're subscribed, I will buy your meal. Or if my dad is in there, which he is every single day, he will give you a very generous discount off your meal. Here we go. Got the Cleveland Browns to start it off.
Starting off with the Browns, they have an over-under of 9.5 wins this season. Schedule is looking, not terrible. They got to play, obviously, the AFC North. So that's Pittsburgh, that's Baltimore a couple times. They also play teams like San Francisco,
Seattle,
Jacksonville,
Chicago, Jets.
Other than that, you got the Tennessee Titans, pretty easy. The Colts, arguably pretty easy. Arizona, definitely easy. Denver, could be easy, could not be easy. Rams, pretty easy. I would say Chicago could be pretty easy. Houston, pretty easy. It's a pretty, it's either really hard or just pretty easy.
Yeah, this is
either the AFC North or really damn easy.
And this is a Browns team that is really looking to bounce back after what happened last season. Obviously, you got Deshaun Watson back. What was it, week 8, week 9?
I thought 10, but
they got him back toward the back end of the season. Really underperformed, didn't look that good. And I honestly think that was just due to the fact that he hadn't played a game of football in about 2 years. So I think that could have attributed to the unsuccessfulness of him in that offense last year. And now, this team is a Browns team that has made some moves this offseason. Their quarterback room on paper is pretty good. They got Josh Dobbs, DTR, and Kellen Mond all behind Watson. Still got Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper. They traded a second-round pick for Elijah Moore with Donovan Peoples-Jones, who was good at the end, good at times last year. David Njoku. The O-line's pretty good. Jedrick Wills, Joe Batonio, Ethan Pochich, Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin. With some depth, you got Luke Weipler, DeJuan Jones. There's some solid depth there. And on the defensive side of the ball, this is kind of where the team hangs their head. Myles Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson, Perion Winfrey, Zadarius Smith, who they bought in, JOK, Ant Walker, Jacob Phillips, who's been good for them, Sione Takitaki, then the secondary, obviously, Greg Newsome, Grant Delpit, Juan Thornhill, Denzel Ward. They have a lot of capital in the secondary and in the defense in general. So, this is a Browns team that I think could be really competitive this season now that Watson's got a whole offseason under his belt. He played the tail end of last season. And, they're in the best division in football, arguably, so it's probably going to be tough. The Steelers ain't terrible. Baltimore's back and healthy with some pieces on the offense now, and since he's one of the best teams in the NFL entirely. So, this is a Browns team that's going to look to come out and be really competitive this year with the capital they have in this team. And, goes without saying, but Deshaun Watson's the biggest X factor in this one.
Yeah, so obviously this team is absolutely stacked from top to bottom. If you gave them a different quarterback, I'm shooing them into a playoff spot without a doubt. And It doesn't really matter what quarterback it is. A Dak Prescott, I'm shooing him into a playoff spot.
Yeah.
A Kirk Cousins, I'm giving him a playoff spot.
Absolutely.
A Deshaun Watson, a couple years ago, he was one of the best quarterbacks in football. He was top 5. He was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
He was, why did you let him fall past 10?
Mm-hmm.
He was Mitchell Trubisky. Whoever took him, you're an idiot. That's what Deshaun Watson was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Last season, he did not look like that at all.
No.
Granted, he hasn't played football in about 2-3 years, I believe. So, With that being said, I understand why he sucked last season. I get that. And I think he was allowed to suck last season after not playing a lot of football. Also, on the other hand, he's getting $260 million, so he should be pretty good. However, the Browns have built a football team that it is pretty damn hard to not be good with. They gave you Elijah Moore. Donovan Peoples-Jones is a stud. They gave you Amari Cooper. With those 3 right there, I feel like you should have pretty damn good success passing the ball. You also have arguably the best running back in football with Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
So with those pieces, I just find it hard to believe that this Browns team doesn't make a big splash this season. I liked Watson in college. I liked him as a Houston Texan. So I think he's talented. I could see this team making the playoffs easily.
Deshaun Watson's like a TikTok star now.
I'm not surprised. Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree 100%. Bless you.
Excuse me.
I really think the Browns. I think it comes down to the play of Deshaun Watson and if they can stop the run, because they couldn't stop the run last year for the most part, and they got ran all over. That's why they drafted Siaki Ika pretty high. They brought in Dalvin Tomlinson. They brought in Zadarius Smith to help rush the passer. So, I mean,
Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith.
yeah.
You can't figure it out with those two.
Yeah. They got Tristan Hill, too, Cowboys legend.
Yeah, Perrion Winfrey. I mean,
Tommy Tagai.
if you can't figure it out with Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith, Isaiah Thomas, Oklahoma legend, also.
Yeah.
Also, great point guard.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, they have the receiving room. They got some speed.
The receiving room's top 10.
Yeah, I mean, they look at the speed. Elijah Moore, Marquise Goodwin, Cedric Tillman, Jakeem Grant, Anthony Schwartz, Jalen Darden. I mean, it's fast. The running back room after Nick Chubb could hurt them. Like, if they could bring back a Kareem Hunt.
I don't think he's supposed to be coming back.
Nah, but Jerome Ford and Demetric Felton. I mean, Felton showed flashes when he needed to, but...
Even Dearness Johnson's gone, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't bring him back.
I don't know where he went. He might still be a free agent.
He's a Bear, maybe.
He might be right.
Jaguar.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, in terms of the Browns over-under win total, 9.5.
It's about right.
Yeah, 9-10. I can see the Browns being about a 9-10 win team. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they come out here and win 11, 12 games at all, and Watson's just back.
Correct.
But you really don't know. But for the sake of it, for 9.5 wins, if I had to make a bet, I'm going to take the over.
I think I'm going to too. If I put them at 3-3 with their division, they beat Tennessee. That's 6. Colts 7. Arizona 8. Rams 9. Houston 10.
That's 10.
Yeah. Chicago possibly 11.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna put them as over.
And that's not even counting Denver. We don't know what we're getting from them. You don't know what you'll get from Seattle.
Technically, you don't know what you're going to get from the Jets.
Yeah, I mean...
We can assume they're going to be good, but we don't know.
So, I mean, yeah...
San Francisco, they have San Francisco week 6 after a bye week. They can beat a Sam Darnold.
Whoever the hell's playing quarterback for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I think this Browns team, it's really up to Deshaun Watson, obviously.
Yes.
That's not saying anything at all. But I think this Browns team could easily make some noise in the AFC, let alone the AFC North.
Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett's sophomore year. What they do to help him? They brought in an Allen Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Darnell Washington.
Yep.
They brought in Broderick Jones. That's really all they did.
Malu.
Yeah, Isaac Seumalo, my bad. Yep. That's about all they did to help him out, didn't they?
On the offensive side, yeah, but I mean that's pretty. I mean, I think that's good help.
Allen Robinson sucks, but other than that, yeah.
In theory, though, Allen Robinson is a receiver 3. Come on, it's the best receiver 3 in the league, probably.
They have Gunner.
He sucked last year for them. Patriots legend Gunnar Olszewski. I mean, then you know what you're getting on the defensive side of the ball. Larry Ogunjobi, Keanu Benton, Cam Hayward, DeMarvin Leal, T.J. Watt with Nick Herbig. Linebacker room leaves a lot to be desired with Cole Holcomb, Elandon Roberts, Patriots legend, and Alex Highsmith.
Not bad.
Then the
Bunch of 77 overalls.
The secondary, same thing. Joey Porter Jr., rookie, Pat Pete, Levi Wallace, Trey Norwood. Safety room, Keanu Neal, DeMonte Casey. Got the old Falcons safety room back with Minka. I mean...
They were gross.
Yeah, back in Atlanta. And in their primes, they were pretty
They both went to Dallas.
Dudes are like
they got our
literally
leftovers.
like a package deal.
Yeah.
But this Steelers team, you know what the Steelers are good for. The Steelers are good for 8-9 wins every single year, no matter who the hell's on their schedule, and they'll figure it out.
Their over-under for win total is 8.5.
Jesus.
Good luck picking that one.
Yeah.
They start off with San Francisco,
Damn.
Cleveland, Vegas, Houston, Baltimore, bye week. Rams, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Green Bay, Cleveland, Cincy, Arizona, New England. Ooh, they got you guys. You guys play the Eagles and Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Whole friend group.
Yep.
Colts, Cincy, Seattle, Baltimore.
That's...
Easy games, Vegas, Houston, Rams, Tennessee, Green Bay, Arizona, Indy. And by easy games, they got rookie quarterbacks or they suck.
Yes.
They got 7 easy games.
Maybe New England, but the Patriots have had their number the past few years. Just saying.
Yeah. They play Baltimore twice. That's probably a 1 win. I feel like they always split. Play Cleveland twice. That's probably 1 win. I feel like they're going to split. Cincy, they play twice. Probably not going to split, but I wouldn't be surprised because they've done it before.
Yeah. I mean, this is a Steelers team that you got Kenny Pickett in his sophomore year. You kind of did your due diligence on the positions of need with the left side of the offensive line, bringing in Isaac Seumalo and Broderick Jones. You bought in Allen Robinson, who's, kind of fell off a cliff, but it's another weapon for him to throw the ball to.
A safe weapon.
With Darnell Washington and Pat Fryermuth. We know the Steelers love to play their 2 tight ends. They love to run a lot of 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. You revamp the offensive line, and on the defensive side of the ball, it's the same thing every year. As long as they have TJ Watt, the defense is always playing on a high level, it seems like, somehow. But, I mean, this is a Steelers team that you know what you're going to get. They're not going to go make a Super Bowl run, probably, respectfully. They're probably not going to make a Super Bowl run with how good the AFC is. But the Steelers, they're always good to be in the hunt for that one of them final wild card spots. They're always going to play teams tough, and that's the thing. The Steelers play everybody tough.
All the Steelers want this year is Kenny Pickett to make that next step forward.
Yes.
That's all they want. That's all they need. If they win, 6 games, but Kenny Pickett looks amazing, so whatever.
It's a good season for them. I mean, the record don't show it, but if Kenny Pickett can develop and really take that next step and show why he was worth that first-round pick 2 years, it'll be 2 years. I mean, you continue to bring in more talent. You continue to do your free agency work, and then maybe they are competing for the division and maybe a Super Bowl in another year.
But we get another season of mid, and that doesn't do anybody any good.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Like, the Steelers are the definition of, I feel like, above average.
That's the standard.
The standard that Colin's always talking about.
Yeah.
But for the Steelers, I mean, it's a tough division for the Steelers, especially when you're in a division with quarterbacks Lamar, Deshaun Watson, and Joe Burrow. And then the Steelers have Kenny Pickett, second year. I mean, it sucks to say, but I mean, I feel like that is what's going to kind of hurt them a little bit just because they don't have the veteran and, I guess, sure lock at quarterback. But I think the Steelers team, obviously, they can play anybody well, and you can never really count them out of a game. So, I mean, they got that going for them, but I think that, like you said, I agree 100% that this is a big year for Kenny Pickett and his development.
Give me the over.
8.5.
Give me 9. What, you want to schedule?
Yeah.
I'm taking 9 wins for the squad. Nine wins on the dot, the Steeler way, the standard.
I'm going to take the over.
In theory, they could be undefeated by week 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're halfway there. I like the over, too. I think that's a good bet for the Steelers. I mean, and they do it literally every year, so it's like there's no really telling. But then you got the Baltimore Ravens.
The new Baltimore Ravens.
The new look Ravens. Thank you.
The Lamar Jackson that just got paid a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
The Odell Beckham, Zay Flowers receiver room with Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, who have stayed there. The Ronnie Stanley, who is healthy to start off the season. The offensive line is pretty much the same as last year. But the receiving core is really what they hung their hat on this offseason. Yeah. And the defense is always going to be there with a Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Williams, a Kyle Hamilton, a Tyus Bowser, a Roquan Smith, a Jason Owa, a Michael Pierce, Patrick Queen, Trenton Simpson, who they drafted, David Ajabo, who was hurt last season. Think he's going to be back this season. Might be a little slow at the start, but you never know. Rakusin they brought in to be at corner.
The secondary might be in trouble. I mean, Marlon Humphrey's your CB1, but he's better in the slot. Rakusin, another guy who's better in the slot. I mean,
they're the Ravens. They'll blitz and figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, they have so much capital at linebacker, they're going to have to fucking make it happen. They have so much capital at linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, what, Trenton Simpson, 3rd round pick, Pat Queen, Roquan Smith, Odefe Owe was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, 1st or 2nd.
Tyus Bowser's been there forever. David Ajabo was a 2nd round pick. You have so much capital in your middle and outside linebackers with not much capital on the D-line or the secondary outside of your safeties.
Well, Jason Owa and David Ajabo will probably be on the D-line.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In terms of the depth chart outlook.
Yeah.
The Ravens, I mean, the O-line still leaves a lot to be desired for me.
Really? I think they're like just a bunch of 80s.
I mean, Ronnie Stanley's probably like an 84, 85 with some regression. Tyler Linderbaum's probably about an 81. Zeitler and Moses and Ben Cleveland scream 75 to 77s. I mean, they have depth. Pat McCarty ain't terrible. Daniel Falele was a 4th round pick.
Andrew Voorhees.
Andrew Voorhees was one of my guys. Yes, one of my guys. Pat McCarty. I mean, they have depth. I'll give them that, but they ain't that good. Like, on paper, it looks good, but, like, they don't play that good.
There's nothing wrong with a bunch of 80s, man.
The 80 is generous. You're looking.
I haven't played Madden in a while, so.
I mean, you're probably looking at about, outside of Ronnie Stanley. Ronnie Stanley's probably the highest, and I'm sure an 84 overall. So, I mean, they're really, I mean, this offense, Lamar got paid, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards with the 1-2 punch coming back healthy. Receiver room, Bateman, Odell, Zay Flowers, Devin Duvernay, Nelson Aguilar, Tylan Wallace. I mean, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely were both pretty good last year.
For research purposes.
66 overall, Ben Cleveland. I was being way generous.
Okay.
All right. All right, here we go. Ben Cleveland's a 66.
Okay.
Morgan Moses, 78.
That's
I thought about 77
Kevin
for him.
Zeitler's going to be right there with him.
Probably. 73 I could see for Kevin Zeitler.
No way.
85?
Hey, yeah.
Huh. What's
All
Ronnie
right.
Stanley?
Probably a 99 after that one.
He's been hurt, though. I don't know, like...
90.
Okay.
And now listen, we're not agreeing with Madden ratings. We are just saying the numbers that
we would
that's how we're
associate these
rating
players
them?
with. Yes.
I mean, if you would rather us just give them a B- grade or whatever, we can do that.
I like the Madden.
Yeah, just give them a number.
I'll be surprised
Just
if
give 'em a
someone
number.
actually comments like...
These assholes are using Madden
Yeah,
ratings.
like I'd be so happy because
it'll be funny.
I'd be happy because someone's watching to this point in 20 minutes in.
But I mean, Ronnie Stanley, I'd put him at about 85, and then they got a bunch of 77s, the 80s, which is there's nothing wrong with that. It holds it down.
I mean, they're getting a new offensive coordinator too, which should probably help. Lamar showed he can throw the deep ball early last season. He's got a bunch of deep threat receivers now, which will help spread the field for Mark Andrews as well. So, I mean, this is a Ravens team that I really think is competing for upper tier playoff spot / maybe even competing for the Cincy with the division title. That's what I think anyway. I think this Ravens team, barring injuries, because they're an injury or two away from being in the shitter again.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. But I think a healthy Ravens team, obviously, I think they can compete with Cincy for this division title. I think Cleveland can too. I think this division's a lot closer than like it may seem to be, and based off of how last season went.
Part of me wants to throw Cleveland ahead of Baltimore. The Cleveland team is better than Baltimore.
Yeah.
If you swap quarterbacks, it ain't close.
If you throw Lamar on the Browns, I'm like, Super Bowl. Like...
Yeah, if you swap quarterbacks, it ain't close. If you gave me 3 years ago Watson, it also ain't close.
Yes.
So it's just, that's the X factor.
Then you got the Cincinnati Bengals, who I really want to talk about.
Cincinnati Bengals, who have a win total of 11.5.
Damn.
On 4 sports books. So that's, it's respectable.
Mm-hmm.
The schedule, it's going to be about the same as the other ones. Cleveland, Baltimore, Rams, Tennessee, Arizona, Seattle. That's a nice little span for them.
Oh, they got Buffalo and Kansas City in there.
San
Minnesota,
Fran,
holy
Buffalo,
shit.
Houston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Indy, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Cleveland. Kind of a gauntlet at the end of the season.
Yeah, the last 4 weeks. Tough.
However, they are the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very solid football team led by Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Those are the 3 that they are trying to retain for a very, very long time. It's going to be hard to do so. They might lose their whole entire team.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they're going to make things work. They also have Joe Mixon, who's a stud. Orlando Brown, new addition.
Mm-hmm.
They have Jonah Williams at the other side. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Alex Kappa, Ted Karras brought him in last season. I don't think they made the big splash that they really wanted them to.
No.
At depth pieces, they got Lyle Collins, who probably getting overpaid. I'm surprised they haven't let him go yet. Jackson Carman, who they drafted
He was Joe Burrow a year.
Okay.
I think he was a second, third round pick.
They have Tyler Boyd, Charlie Jones, who's probably going to be the best receiver on this team in no time. Little Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Defensive side leaves some to be desired. It definitely has nothing on this offense.
No.
D-line's okay with Sam Hubbard, DJ Reader, BJ Hill, Trey Hendrickson. Seems like a bunch of 83s to 77s to me.
Yeah.
Linebacking core is pretty solid with a Logan Wilson, a Jermaine Pratt.
Akeem Davis-Gaither is pretty good.
Chidobe Awuzie, Cam Taylor-Britt, DJ Turner. DJ Turner was their draft pick, so we'll give him some time. Nick Scott, Dax Hill, Jordan Battle. Secondary could use some work. They are young, so there is potential there with a Jordan Battle with DJ Turner. They have Mike Hilton, who's a baller, who's Kyle Lowry.
Sidney Jones, Eagles legend.
There is something to be desired on this defense. They have no superstar on the defense.
Yes, and depending on the way that the financials go, this might be Super Bowl or bust.
Is Joe Burrow getting paid
I think
year?
Joe Burrow is due for an extension now.
But he's still on contract
Yes.
this year, so okay.
So you got to pay Joe Burrow, who honestly, realistically, will probably be the new highest paid player, probably over Lamar and Hurts.
Probably.
Then you got T. Higgins, who's projected, based on market and how it's been going, at about $24.5 million a year. Then next year, you have to extend Jamar Chase, who is going to have to make more than T. Higgins.
Yes. So probably about 30.
Yes.
27 to 30.
So what's Lamar pay? What is he? 60 a year?
Sure.
Okay, so you're looking at Joe Burrow probably around 65 million. Just say, hypothetically speaking. 65 plus about 24, 85, 89 mil.
You're putting about 110 million in those 3 players.
Between 3 players alone.
52. Okay, Lamar's only 52.
Okay, so Joe
Burrow's probably
55-ish.
55, sure.
Yes. Then you got Orlando Brown.
Who's already getting paid.
If Lyle Collins was good and you slide Jonah Williams to left guard, this is one of the best offensive lines in football.
Yeah.
You got
Especially
Orlando Brown
name-wise.
at left tackle. If Jonah Williams could do anything good, he's serviceable. Ted Karras is a good center. Alex Kappa, big name free agent who was good for them. And Lyle Collins. If Lyle Collins was good, this is one of the best offensive lines in football. With depth, with Max Sharping, Jackson Carman, Cody Ford, Jackson Kirkland. I mean, but they got Chase Brown as backup running back. He was one of my favorite running back prospects in this year's draft. I think that if this could be this might have to be Super Bowl or bust for the Bengals. Just because if you lose T. Higgins, the offense is probably going to take a step back.
Yeah.
So it's like they have Irv Smith and Drew Sample and Devin Asiasi, Patriots legend at tight end. I mean, I don't know with this team, dude. It's going to be interesting to see how. What I think they could pay all 3 and be okay, but I think that they'd have to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at what they're paying. Next season, they got to pay. Burrow's base salary is $29 million next season.
That'll
I'm
be
sure they just backloaded the rookie contract. Probably did.
Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson is 17.5. Orlando Brown 17. Joe Mixon 13.
Okay, Joe Mixon has to go, and
Jamar
so does
Chase
Sam Hubbard or
is
Trey
still on
Hendrickson.
there. Yeah.
That's how it's got to be. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're good.
But I think they could make it work. You have to let Sam Hubbard go, and you move on from Joe Mixon. That saves you $20 million. And then if you keep Sam Hubbard and you get rid of Trey Hendrickson, granted Hendrickson's better, you're saving 17 plus 30. You're saving almost $50 million.
I'm trying to see what this would look like if possible.
I saw for PFF tweeted something, it was like 4-year 97 or something like that.
Yeah, 4-year 97, $24.25 million a year. Whew.
Yeah. It just sucks because you have to pay Jamar Chase more than T. Higgins.
Yep.
It's just...
The good thing is that T. Higgins is getting paid first. It makes things a little easier.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's great that they hit on these picks to how they did, but it's a dreaded concept.
Yeah, I mean, teams are given, looks like $235 million. So...
If you spend $130 or $110 between 3 players,
yeah.
That's generous just off our mind. I mean, they can make it work. The Rams made it work somehow.
Who are they paying? Donald, Ramsey.
Stafford, Kupp, Ramsey, Donald.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 4 right there. That's probably over 100-some mil.
I want to see who the Chiefs are paying right now.
Yeah. The Bengals are
I don't know
tough.
if the Chiefs are a good example. I mean, yeah. That would be Burrow, Chase, Higgins.
Yeah.
Rest of the squad. But look at the drop off. It goes from 11 million to 4. They ain't paying anybody else in this damn roster. They're paying.
That's what happens when you win, though.
Hold on, are we in this would be 2024 season, right? Or 2020?
This is 2023, 2024.
So I should probably do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're paying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're paying like 6 guys over $10 million.
It's tough.
It'd be, and then when you look at like San Fran, they're probably paying a shit ton more people that.
Yeah.
I would assume. Not really, but they have more like 6s and stuff.
I forgot they bought in Javon Hargrave. But yeah, this Niners team, they've made it work on defense, so I'm not too worried about that. They have depth on the D-line. Miles Murphy, they drafted. Jay Tufele, they have. Joseph Osai, they got. I mean, I think that this Bengals team will be fine. They have one of the best they have a top 2 quarterback in the NFL. Top 5 receiver. They have two top 10 receivers, I'm stamping it. With an offensive line with the potential to be one of the best in football. So I think that, I mean, they'll be fine. They've showed the past few years that who they have on defense, they'll make it work. It's just going to be a fact of, can this Bengals team continue on the upward track of competing for a Super Bowl every year by retaining their 2 best receivers and their Joe Burrow #1 overall quarterback pick. Then to leave off divisional rankings, predictions, I'm rocking Cincy 1. Cincy, Baltimore, Cleveland, Steelers.
I'll show faith in Watson. Cincy, Cleveland, Baltimore, Steelers.
Now I will say, me putting Cleveland below Baltimore is not a knock. I think that the Steelers, the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens could all make the playoffs this year. Yeah. I think it's very possible with the teams that they've built. But yeah, comment below to let us. Oh Jesus! Comment below. Let us know what you guys think. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's our only upload of the week. So we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace.